You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and...
Spare me. I won that tournament. Fucking Chuck Norris.
Fuck Sonic movie fans. Our story begins in the mythical year of 2020. On March 24th of that year, I would make a tweet that has since been lost to the sands of time, but went something along the lines of,
I had a dream where an extended cut of the first Sonic movie trailer got leaked and nobody talked about it.
Now, when I made this tweet and the image in the tweet, it was pretty innocuous in the moment. I simply think it's funny to post about what wacky dream I might have had the other night, and I think it's funnier to visually recreate what the dream might have contained. Some of these dreams have had an influence on most of the skits that I upload on this channel, so who knows how this specific tweet may influence the people who see it.
Okay, pal, I want to answer. That Super Mario Bros. Guy was going to chase me and play pow.
I wish I were dead. The Sonic 3 trailer is out! Yay! Fucking finally! I've recently come to realize that it's just a standard marketing practice to release the first trailer for a movie only 4 months before the movie is actually out because it saves on marketing cost, and it's not exactly something I agree with, but god, what a shitty rollout this has been. Sonic Movie 3 Halloween costumes and action figures were appearing at stores before this trailer was even out. A lot of people have compared this odd rollout to Spider-Man No Way Home, but I feel like the same people saying that don't really have a full understanding of the No Way Home marketing rollout. For example, Sony did not have to fess up about Toby and Andrew being in the movie just because John Campea said it was happening.
But look closely at Tobey Maguire's dick.
Take this tweet, for example, that compares the Sonic 3 merchandise to a Spider-Man No Way Home hoax created by the Spider-Man Lotus guys. Now that the trailer is actually out and we know what the movie looks like, I thought it'd be fun to compile a bunch of notable hoaxes spanning this whole trilogy and give some proper insight into them. And by that I mean I'm gonna point and laugh at them because, come on, what did you think I was gonna do? A part of what made this long wait so excruciating was that a lot of children on the internet realized how easy it is to lie and get a ton of likes online. So we got a lot of shit like this.
We're getting soft.
On my last video, I got a comment saying that I'm just getting mad at intentionally low-effort rage bait made by children all because I went in on this awful Sonic movie hoax. First of all, kill yourself. Second, I do it because I care. Some of these hoaxes are so outlandishly shitty that it would almost be a dishonor to not preserve them in a convenient manner. So without further ado, fake Sonic movie leaks are dumb, and so are you. Every hero has a Genesis, but I had a Super Nintendo. Talk about a disastrous rollout. When they began marketing this movie, they knew that Sonic looked ugly, so they were just like, ooh, we're gonna be mysterious about it and hide Sonic's face because he's ugly and we don't want you to know. It was a very cute approach, I promise you, but fuck you. Here's a picture of Sonic's full design. Here's a picture of Sonic in motion. Here is the entire plot to the fucking movie. What a joke of a marketing rollout. At this point, leaks would pretty much shape up the entire general opinion of this movie. It wasn't until after the trailer actually came out that things got weird. So they've announced that the movie will be delayed so they can redesign Sonic. If you didn't know that already, then congratulations, we all remember our first time. But it was during this wait that actual leaks would die down and people would start lying on the internet. Remember that test screening leak? It was lovingly written by someone under the name of Shrek's Donkey 57. It was also posted before the first trailer, so we knew it was real. In August 2019, someone on the reputable site known as 4chan went on record claiming they saw an early screening of the movie. God forgive me as I do not have an archive of this post, but the only noteworthy thing about it was that it claimed Tom's wife, who you may know is named Maddie, was actually named Tina in this movie, and she would have died to one of Robotnik's drones. Accompanied to this post was an image claiming to be the original version of the meow scene from the trailer. I think it goes without saying that no one really fell for this. The claim that Maddie, or I guess Tina, was going to die is such a ridiculous thing to lie about, and this image does nothing to add to this post's validity. In fact, the inclusion of the image is what cements this post as fake. If you've ever by chance been to something like a movie test screening or CinemaCon,
Like that's ever gonna happen.
the security is very anal about piracy and copyright protection. You either put your phone in a baggie or let security confiscate devices like you're in middle school. It would be very impractical for someone to sneak a picture this far into the movie. Amidst the wait for Sonic's redesign, there were a few images here and there claiming to be the new design, but it was just kind of like, who gives a fuck? Okay, so you drew big eyes onto the old design and took a blurry image on a monitor. Here's your friggin' trophy. What about this one, claiming to be a leaked image of a Sonic movie Lego set? I know you made this, Fran! I guess the funniest one would be this inbred Avatar OC, which wasn't made to be a leaked redesign, but someone reposted it on Twitter, and it's since been taken down by the artist. Fun fact, the artist actually did a new and improved version, so let's see what that looks like. Once authentic images of what appeared to be the actual redesign popped up, at that point it's just like, okay, who actually gives a fuck about your fake Sonic movie redesign leak? Then these hoaxes just get kinda weird. Sometime before the movie came out, someone on Twitter, whoever that may be, claimed that an image had leaked of baby Sonic's house. The image? This tree. There was also this really hilarious leak on Reddit from someone claiming to know details about the movie's soundtrack. This was shortly after the second trailer premiered, meaning this post is nearly 5 years old, so I'm gonna read it and make fun of it! Well, it was recently confirmed that Riff Raff is making a song for the movie, and yes, that is true. The song title has not been confirmed. All I know is that it samples the song from the game Sonic Drift. I don't think Riff Raff knows what the fuck a Sonic Drift is. An instrumental version of the song American Idiot by Green Day plays during the scene where Sonic starts a fight in a bar. This scene is actually confirmed in the trailer where Sonic and Tom play darts. In the opening of the film, there is an orchestral rendition of the Sonic Genesis opening, made by Junkie XL. In the credits, there is a medley of famous Sonic themes. Dude, I fucking wish. Other things I've heard is a song by Britney Spears is in the film. The same with Michael Jackson. Don't remember the names. A comment under this post also reads, I think Paramount dropped the deal with Coolio's record label to use the song, only for a trailer. This is cute. It definitely reads like someone who thinks they know what they're talking about, but actually doesn't. This whole ordeal with Paramount dropping Coolio's label makes no sense. There is just the possibility that maybe they only desired to use that song for the trailer. The needle drops also come off like someone who doesn't listen to music but has heard just enough radio to write something like this. Look, I can do this too. The Sonic 3 soundtrack is gonna have Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran and Harry Styles and then... Do better. Try harder, burner account from 5 years ago. Eventually, this account will post the alleged cover art for the soundtrack, claiming, this is a beta image to give an idea of what it should look like. None is finalized. How convenient. I cannot understand why they did this, but the account would proceed to post 3 images taken off a monitor, the first one displaying a deluxe soundtrack cover, and 2 more of the same cover that they already posted. I'm proud of you for learning basic Photoshop, but you ain't fooling anyone. Posting 2 pictures of the same cover is kind of what ended this charade, because once you see it up close, you can see that they didn't exactly do a good job at mirroring and cropping Sonic's head. Wait, was this cover inspired by Peter fucking Rabbit? I guess it's important that I note that these 3 hoaxes were all orchestrated by one guy, and I'm sure there's more from him that I failed to land on. May God rest his soul though, he actually died in a horrific car accident, but he's in a better place now. By the side of the highway where I saw rats eating his entrails. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm above these people though, I just wasn't trying too hard to sell it. In November 2019, I made a tweet claiming that a cam rip of the movie had surfaced on a random piracy site. Attached to this tweet were low-res screenshots of the first trailer that I had taken in a theater and a mock-up image I made trying to pass it off as the movie's opening title sequence. Then like a day or 2 later, I saw 2 people on Twitter repost it saying that it looks like shit, and I got embarrassed and deleted the post. Fast forward to after the movie's out, and there's not much you can really leak from a movie that already came out, is there? On March 19th, an account under the name Wachowski Cop Clever would post a screenshot of what appeared to be a scene from the movie featuring Sonic's original design. Don't get too excited, it ain't real. My biggest gripe with this picture since the day it was posted has always been the betting ad watermark. If you watch a pirated movie online, they almost always splice in betting ads and put a watermark on the thing after it was recorded. What this guy did was whip up the image, add the watermark, and then take the picture as if the watermark is embedded into the movie. It's a really small detail, but it really pisses me off! Did I mention that this is the same guy from earlier? Too bad he won't be able to see me appreciate his work after that disturbing car accident that killed him. It was visceral too. I even saw his spine tear out from his back when it happened. Jeez. In that same month of March 2020, I would make the post that I described in the opening to this video. Like I said, it was pretty innocuous in the moment. I really just wanted to post about some dream I had, so like, who gives a fuck? Look, it says boobs right there. Who was I trying to fool? Shortly after, one of my followers decided to be a comedian and made a similar image with the same scene. I think enough time has passed that I'm allowed to say this edit sucks and is significantly inferior to my original work. Shame on you. Then, shortly after that, another one of my friends went, hey, I can do that too, and made a similar edit. This caused this awful domino effect where children on the internet start to believe that if you just put property of Paramount on anything, anyone will believe it. Some of these weren't even trying to be leaks, more so just, hey, wouldn't this be funny? There's so many of these and they're all awful, but it's very easy to point and laugh at them because of that. It's like picking on a guy in a wheelchair. It's so easy to point and laugh, but it's also just as easy to not point and laugh. I'm not gonna make fun of a guy in a wheelchair for being in a wheelchair, and I'm not gonna make fun of a shitty Sonic movie leak for looking like some bullshit made by a 12-year-old. However, I feel like it'd be a dishonor to not mention a certain account that came from the saga. Leaks_Sonic was an account created in April 2020 that aimed to post leaks pertaining to the Sonic movie and the recently announced sequel. As the bio reads,
this Twitter page shows screenshots from Sonic the Hedgehog 2020, and some of them are even leaks from Sonic the Hedgehog 2 2022.
The first few tweets from the account are fairly innocuous enough, like, okay, some kid got really bored during quarantine and is just reposting shit from Reddit, I get it. I'm just really amused at how childish all of these tweets are.
This is the Sonic Hotel scene with the old design. It looks bad. Yo, Sonic looks weird in this leak. Here's a new leak, and Sonic looks like an old man in this leak.
These tweets would continue for a few days, and then it got pretty weird. Remember how I said some of these edits were just people trying to be funny? Well, those edits in question would end up in YouTube compilations by children and get a fuck ton of views. I had to retrieve some of these compilations because none of these Twitter accounts exist anymore, and I honestly can't tell if these videos were made to fuck with people or if the uploader was just really, really fucking stupid. It was at this point that people would create deliberately shitty edits to get a reaction out of these channels, eventually devolving into incomprehensible brain mush. Some of these edits would make it onto Leaks_Sonic.
Hey guys, here's a fake leak I made as a joke, but don't worry, the others are real.
The problem is, he obviously did not make this. This would spiral off into some insane charade of other people fucking with the account in an attempt to call it out for stealing other people's shit, followed by him playing dumb. Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
You know.
I actually don't know, so can you explain to me?
I wish I had a more detailed outline of it all, but this is essentially my own vague memory and backed up tweets. You see, it was quarantine. I had a lot of shit on my mind, and I wasn't exactly psyched to see that this whole saga spawned out of a single tweet I made because I was bored. I was at the center of all of this, and I didn't like that, so I wasn't exactly trying to draw the most amount of attention to some schizo kid on Twitter. What the fuck? And with that, this shall conclude the sad tale of Leaks_Sonic. Even looking at these tweets now, I can't tell if this was just an elaborate satire or some mentally deranged kid who got bored one day. In the end, it's a little sad that the person behind this account died a very gruesome death, alone, in Afghanistan.
Hey, look, some people need to be gone, bro. You know what I'm talking about, in order for shit to get better.
In my opinion, the end of this account was really the final nail in the coffin for these Sonic movie old design leaks, because how the fuck are you supposed to top this? I mean, shit, if Sonic Movie 1 leaks are so good, why don't they make Sonic Movie 2? In the first Sonic movie, a post-credit scene teased the possibility of a sequel by introducing Tails into this universe. Unfortunately, the Sonic movie was overshadowed by Birds of Prey upon its release and failed to make back its money, meaning all plans for a sequel were scrapped. On February 18th, just 4 days after the movie came out, a character by the name of Pablo Thinghouse, whoever that may be, posted a tweet reading,
I just went to Paramount's website and saw this. It's happening!
Paired to the tweet was a screenshot of Paramount's website showing a placeholder page for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. In a reply, Pablo says,
here's the link. It has a description and everything. Tails came from the what planet?
The tweet was then followed by a very defeated, they took it down. This tweet is 4 years old, and we now have a full Sonic movie trilogy with a spin-off series. I don't think I need to spell out why this is fake, so I'm gonna do so anyway. This tweet links specifically to the Paramount Movies website. Not Paramount Pictures, Paramount Movies. Paramount Movies is a division of Paramount Pictures for their home media releases, meaning shit like DVD and Blu-ray. This tweet was made when the Sonic movie was still in theaters. If Sonic 2 were supposed to be a theatrical outing, it would not be on this website yet. TLDR, you stupid. It wouldn't be until May of that year that we get our sequel announcement. This announcement just so happened to overlap with this trend, I guess, of the property of Paramount hoaxes, so people tried to do that shit with Sonic 2, but it's not really possible to leak something from a movie that just got announced that month. Let's not beat a dead horse. Amidst the wait for Sonic 2, there was some speculation in regards to new characters and their casting. It had been reported that Knuckles would be in the movie and could possibly be voiced by Jason Momoa. If a character like Knuckles was going to be voiced by a top billing name like Jason Momoa, what are the odds that Tails would be voiced by another big name actor in Sonic 2, even though we just heard him in Sonic 1?
I just hope I'm not too late.
This started this really dumb campaign where fans really wanted to see Tom Holland as the voice of Tails. I'm pretty sure it started as some thinly veiled irony in a random YouTube video before spiraling into a genuine expectation that some fans had for the movie. Suddenly, there spawned this rumor that Alan Kim would voice Tails. Where the fuck did that come from? Let's talk about a little A24 film called Minari. It performed extremely well and was nominated for 6 Oscars. It also stars Alan Kim. Amidst the Oscars buzz surrounding the film, W Magazine did an interview with Alan Kim in which he said his favorite actor was Sonic the Hedgehog. The next day, Alan was greeted to a message from a certain hedgehog.
Gotta go fast.
This story is like you put awesome sauce on an epic plate of bodaciousness, but obviously this rumor was not true and merely stemmed from speculation and IMDb misinformation. I don't know if you guys know this, but IMDb can be edited by anyone, so if you see a plot synopsis for a Sonic movie or show that says some shit like, "It's up to the Sonic heroes to live and learn their way out of this frontier, Sonic Unleashed!" then it might not be real. Throughout March to June of 2021, Sonic 2 would begin filming. Not much to fabricate there because I can see Sonic and Robotnik right there. However, all of these out-of-context clips of characters flying around and doing wacky stunts could raise some questions as to what exactly happens in this movie. Well, 2 different people took to a little website known as Reddit to spill the beans, alleging that they've seen an early test screening for the movie. And it just so happens that both of these posts were describing 2 completely different plots. Now, I won't lie, I believed one of these for a minute, but that was because Reddit took them down. Now that it's been 3 years, I've come to realize that Reddit will take down anything that anyone reports. Because both of these have been taken down, I can't really lay out an abridged version, but even if they're still up, I wouldn't dedicate an hour of this video to reading them out loud. In retrospect, these AMA leaks were definitely just based on what we saw on set and forming a coherent plot out of it. They were also very on the nose with vague phrasing like Robotnik builds a robot version of Sonic, and we see the government creating Black Sonic. Wait, Black Sonic? Uh-oh. It all just reads like someone who absolutely knows the Sonic lore trying to pretend like they don't know what they're talking about. I'm gonna list off some things from these posts for those curious. Dr. Robotnik invents a teleportation device. Dr. Robotnik dresses in black clothing like he did in the first film. Dr. Robotnik loses his cool when returning to Earth and complains about how he was outsmarted by a rejected Dr. Seuss character. Longclaw is alive and has sent Tails out to retrieve Sonic from Earth. Super Sonic is in the movie, but he doesn't use the Chaos Emerald to go super. Instead, Sonic was born with a Chaos Emerald inside of him. There's also a joke about natives that's kind of offensive. Uh-oh. There is an artist in the movie that tries to draw Sonic. To Sonic's discovery, he sees that the artist drew his 2019 design and plays Gangster's Paradise on the radio. You know, now that I read this out loud, I do have to wonder why people thought this was real. The movie ends with Sonic's world colliding with planet Earth. Sonic also has a few quips such as, "You're too slow," or "I'm not a rat, I'm a hedgehog." This is what I mean when I say some of these leaks are very on the nose. Sooner or later, there's gonna be a Reddit post claiming to have seen Sonic 3 early, and it's gonna read like, "Okay guys, I will admit I'm not the biggest Sonic fan, but here we go. Sonic goes to the speed highway, and he goes super ultra hyper werehog mode, and Crush 40 is flooding, and Silver the Hedgehog comes out a portal, and then. Bottom line, it's very easy to lie on the internet. Did you know that Sonic was supposed to be green in the movie? No, he wasn't. I lied. These posts also reference post-credit scenes teasing Shadow, one of which saying Tails sounded completely different from the first movie and that they didn't catch a name in the credits. The thing is, test screenings don't have credits, they just end. Keep that in mind next time a big, epic fuck you Sonic 3 test screening shows up and it claims it had some bodacious and awesome post-credit scene. Towards the tail end of 2021, Paramount social media would drop hints that we might be getting a little something for that Sonic Movie 2 we were all waiting for. On December 6th, Paramount would open an official Discord server for the Sonic movies. Okay. Random. On December 7th, we got official confirmation that Colleen O'Shaughnessy would be reprising her role as Tails in the movie, followed by a hint from the Sonic Movie Twitter that something was on the way. It was later that day that someone, whoever that may be, would tweet the following. Caught ya slacking! Is this Pablo fucking Thinghouse? Pablo, if you're watching this video, I think you need to get a life. You've been doing this little gaslighting shtick for 5 years, and I think it's time you go outside to the real world and make some friends. Got that? Fucking hell. When the trailer actually came out that same week, the fake leak sort of died down from there. Like, okay, we've got T-minus 4 months until the movie is actually out. What's the point in making shit up? The marketing really pushed this idea that this was a big event movie that you don't want to spoil, so it was very easy to cause panic over the idea of something big leaking. Oh, something big is leaking, alright, and it's not mine. This caused a really awesome cycle I kept seeing on Twitter where someone would claim, oh my god, da-da-da-da from the Sonic Movie 2 just leaked, and if you actually look into it, you'll find out it's just made up fairy tale bullshit. This is because the dipshit that made that tweet wanted to avoid spoilers and thought they might have seen actual spoilers for a second, but didn't actually look into it and decided to fearmonger for attention like a dumbass. Some of my favorite instances include people on my timeline claiming they just saw leaked audio of Sonic from Sonic 2. If you actually looked into these for more than a second, you would find that these are just old voice clips from shit that Ben Schwartz had been in, like DuckTales or Randy Cunningham.
Somebody woke up on the wrong side of the taco this morning.
Hey Twitter, I've got some leaked dialogue from Sonic 3.
Excuse me?
So let me get some of that sweet child pornography.
Sir, we don't have any type of kiddie porn. It's illegal.
Yeah, I know. Are you kidding me?
As the release date for Sonic 2 came closer, this fearmongering got more and more ridiculous, one of which claiming that the script for Sonic 2 had just been leaked. It's one thing for a cam recording of a movie to leak on the internet ahead of its release, but a whole screenplay? Well, hot dog! Miso wants to catch a glimpse at this! It was the Reddit AMA hoax. How the fuck does that happen? On March 16th of 2022, someone alerted me that Sonic 2 had apparently been pirated way ahead of its official release. Their source was not, in fact, a link to the movie, but instead a tweet reiterating what they had just said.
Some website has allegedly bootlegged Sonic Movie 2 and it's been spreading around in a Discord server I was in. Do not, and I mean do not, watch the bootlegged film, as it's disrespectful to the cast and crew who worked very hard on this movie, so just wait 3 weeks.
Dick riding much? This guy would continue dancing around what website he was even referring to, leading to an amazing back and forth that I will recite for your viewing pleasure.
Where is it? I just want to block it! I won't disclose the name of the site just in case people try to watch the movie early. Plus, I visited the site and it's very dangerous and gives you pop-ups for viruses and scams. I won't watch it, I just want to block it! N-O spells no. It's legit. A bunch of people watched it in the server I was in, and I'm not giving out that link due to the sketchy ads and the fact that you seem so persistent to get the link like you want to watch the movie early. Just wait 3 weeks, okay? Okay! I want to watch it early, and I'm gonna find the link myself.
All of these tweets are now gone, and I don't recall a follow-up from the guy who made the initial claim, so either he was just really gullible or someone got bored that night. So no, Sonic 2 did not actually leak that day, but that wouldn't stop the fairy tale stories. To continue the cycle of people claiming something leaked without actually looking into it, I recall one day I had received multiple DMs asking if I had seen the leaked Sonic 2 post-credit scene. That's already a weird thing to notify someone about because I'm not gonna seek it out, but whatever. Of course, the Sonic 2 post-credit scene would eventually leak for real because nothing is sacred and we're all gonna die someday, but this is before that, so let's see what this Sonic 2 post-credit scene really is. Get a job, Fran.